Alright, thank you very much. Anyways, we bought something. You know, one of my neighbor farmers, he had this for sale. It was his grandpa's, I think he said. So yeah, we got us a little John Deere vintage 56, and we're gonna be cleaning up this farm because there's bushes everywhere. I mean, this farm sat for like 5 or 6 months before I bought it. So yeah, we are cleaning this yard up this instant. Go ahead and turn the mower on. Let's clean up around the silo because there's like bushes everywhere here. I think he said this thing just mows bushes like a piece of cake. Let me see. Oh, that thing just clears right through bushes. Gosh, I need this mower blade on my freaking mower. Gosh, have you ever seen a small little 56 this strong? Gosh, this is... And right here's our stack of bales that we haven't cleaned up yet. So, yeah. Soybean harvest is not yet done, but we'll take a little break from soybean harvest and actually get this farm into shape. Because these bushes, I do not want them here. And you know what? Since we know this thing can mow down bushes, might as well clean out the pasture someday when we're not doing anything. Someday whenever soybean and corn harvest is over with. Because I found out that the corn is just now starting to get dry. As a matter of fact, we could probably go ahead and cut good corn off of it, but I'll let it sit for a while. Just at least a couple more days, and then I'll finally go in and stuff. Let's not just worry about the bushes, and let's worry about the grass too. Not just worry about get rid of the bushes. And there's that little bit of stuff that I spilt everywhere. I swear I will clean this up eventually. But as of right now, I'm too lazy to do it. Because I've got so many things on my hands, I cannot do it as of right now. I just can't. I do not have any time in the world to put forward to cleaning that mess up over there. So yeah, my neighbor farmer said it has a pretty nice. He just put a fresh new blade on it. I think it's called, the new blade he put on is called like a brush cutter blade or something. It can still mow grass, but it's very good at mowing bushes too, so no wonder this thing just slices right through them. Anyways, we got the blades off, and I guess we can go clean up over here around the shed. And this thing, you can tell this has been sitting here for a while because, I mean, just look at how tall the grass is. Look how much hay, well, not really hay, but just look how much grass is coming out in a row. Like, this farm is unbelievable. Oh crap, I jumped the freaking thing. Alright, so luckily I can still mow, so the blade ain't bad. Didn't break the blade, that's good. First 5 minutes I had it, already have a broken blade. That would be terrible. But yeah, you can tell this place was sitting for a while before I bought it because there's like little patches of grass in the middle of the driveway and stuff. Alright, trying to hit the shed and tear our blades and stuff. Oh, come on. Okay, luckily I didn't hear a loud cling or nothing, so hopefully nothing bad happened. But I'm sure we're probably doing some sort of damage to the actual mower itself, so let's try to avoid doing that. But if we accidentally do it or we have to, it's fine. So yeah, I have no idea what year or model this 56 is, but I do know that it is somewhat vintage. I know his grandpa owned it, so it has to be vintage. Say this is probably like a mid-70s, late 60s. I have no idea. I'm just taking guesses at this point. Just kind of go around in donuts. But yeah, this grass is just thick. I was thinking about buying the grass pickup off of him, because he still has it for sale. So if we do want to buy it, you say just stop by his place. Yeah. Which it didn't really matter if I bought this off of him, because the dealership has some 56, but I thought I'd buy it off him since he's like my favorite neighbor farmer ever. And also, he sold this to me for only $850. So it was extremely cheap. I know most people are probably like, $850, that is not cheap. But I mean, realistically, this would go for about a grand and a half or two. So $850 is a good enough price for me. $850, that's all I spent on it. So yeah. Turn the blade on. And let's just clean up around the silo, because there's so many bushes and so much of a mess up here on this hill. It is unbelievable. I will not go around. I ain't gonna go around the fields and stuff and mow the bushes, because that's just Mother Nature's bushes. But the actual farm itself, I need cleaned up. But you know, the bushes in the fields and stuff I probably won't mow, because that just naturally grew there, and that's pretty much there to stay unless I mow it down with this. So yeah, we got the brush cutter blade on this, so this is why it just rips through these bushes. Plus these bushes, they're not strong, they're just like small little briar bushes, a few berry bushes here and there, but for the most part, they're not big bushes with like very strong sticks or limbs in them or whatever. I don't know. I don't study about bushes. I'm a farmer. A dairy farmer to be exact. I know you're like, dairy farmer? You have Angus cows. That's beef cattle. Why are you calling yourself a dairy farmer? Well, I just bought me 5 Holsteins off my neighbor farmer again. Why is it like I buy everything off of him? He's got like the best stuff. I swear that guy's like a millionaire. He has like everything I need for my farm. Like whenever I need something, like if I need a skid steer, a bobcat or whatever, I just go over to his place and I'm like, hey, do you have this by any chance? And he's like, oh yeah, I was just about to sell that. Why, you want to buy it off of me now? And I'm like, of course. And I just, how does he have everything that I need and I want? Like, it's unbelievable. Let's clean up around the flagpole. Gotta keep the American flag nice. Gotta keep that flag nice and pretty. Can't let no bushes or nothing tear it up. Need that flag flying high in the sky. I didn't have to mow these bushes and stuff. I could have just let the farm be the way it is, but eventually this grass and these bushes would eventually drop saplings and seeds and stuff, and it'd grow even more, and it'd be out of control. At that point, I need a bush hog. So we are taking care of the mess at its early stage before it gets to its worst nightmare stage. So let's go ahead and get this out of our way before our farm pretty much turns into a forest. And yeah, that'd be very bad. Could you imagine farming in a forest? Gosh. farming in the forest in general sounds bad, whether it naturally grew there or not. Ugh. Could you imagine farming in the forest? I know most people prefer to farm in the forest, but I mean, like, your crops. If you had fields out in the forest, how the heck are your crops gonna get sunlight? You got them big old pine trees blocking the sunlight. Like, I know where your fields are at, you probably cut down the trees, but I mean, still, those big old pine trees, and any tree, honestly, is just blocking them. Like, and just in general, farming in the forest sounds like a very bad idea, because there's a lot of things that you can encounter on your farm. Just to name a few: deer, bear, and so on. Anyways, get that little patch mode up. Let's see, where's a few spots that we missed? I won't worry about getting, like, I guess you could call it a little headland over here. I don't really worry about that. I'm just worrying about where the actual bushes and stuff are at, getting that grass mode. Not like these little pieces of grass to the side. So yeah. But this grass is just unbelievably thick. Sorry, I cannot speak today. Anyways, I'm just kind of cleaning up the farm, because if we waited till spring where everything's growing and corn, it's planting season and stuff, this stuff would be out of control. It'd be so unbelievable. So I have to take it out now before it eventually gets to my worst nightmare, farming in a forest. So yeah, I know I could have hired someone to come down here and do this, but luckily I may be lazy, but not that lazy. So yeah, we're going to be down here and we're doing this ourselves. But yeah, the John Deere 56, this is a very nice mower. I believe the dealership just got in a John Deere 1110 or 110, whatever you want to call it. I guess I can call it a 110. But anyways, the 110 is just like a small garden tractor, which I'm not a fan of garden tractors at all. I absolutely hate them. But to be honest, it looks like a nice garden tractor. Like, instead of doing this, we could get, because the John Deere 11, the 110 garden tractor comes with like a small little mower, small little bush hog, I think it is, or brush hog. Brush hog's what they say it up here in Wisconsin. Down in the south, I always said bush hog, because that's the way we called it down here. But now we're up here in western Wisconsin, and everybody calls it a brush hog, because that's just the northern way of saying bush hog. Which, no offense whatsoever, but yeah. At least I know my neighbor farmer at least calls it a bush hog, I think. I don't know. I just kind of made that up. I do not know how he pronounces stuff. But yeah, my neighbor farmer, he is a really great guy. He said he has a tractor for sale. I doubt I'll buy it, but I'm probably gonna look at it. I think it's a Ford 7710, so we actually might buy it. I know you're like, you buy everything. I'm not trying to waste money on buying stuff, but I would like to have a few things on the farm before we maybe change our mind and decide to move out later. Which in the future, probably 5, 6, 10 years from now on, I do plan to eventually give this farm up to someone and either move back to North Carolina or go move somewhere else that looks like cool. Because the place I lived in North Carolina, it did not have that great of farmland. I know I could have just moved somewhere else in North Carolina where there was great farmland, but pretty much the whole North Carolina was going through a hard moment, so I had to make the decision to move up north or lose a bunch of money, so I decided to move up here, and overall, for the most part, it's pretty nice up here. So, yeah. I'm gonna turn this off. Just gonna walk around and see how much we have left. I probably won't mow the bushes up here. I mean, if they get to a point where they're like these trees, I will have to mow them down. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna have to stop mowing there because I have to go in the old Ford and I have to run some errands. I know one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down to the old Tractor Supply and buy me an axe. And there's a little secret project I have coming up right next to the house, about right here. I'm building a chicken coop. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go buy the chicks. Hopefully they can hold them for me until I have the coop built. And we're gonna go ahead and get some chicken feed and store it in the barn. So yeah, I'm gonna get in the Ford and I guess I'll see y'all later.